Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Beowulf, back at it with another video. Man, exciting today. We're doing a mod to the RXP X 300. Box is right here. What do you think it could be? What could be in the box? So I'll show you guys a step-by-step install of what I'm gonna do. I got the Riva Racing. The reason why I didn't order the one where it exits out the back. And the same as when I did the same mod to the RXT-X 300. I just don't feel comfortable drilling a hole here, especially with the riding I do out in the open ocean. I just don't feel comfortable cutting a hole right into this area. This is why I went with this route. Also too, I also didn't do the mod because I didn't want to disrespect sea life, you know, where you're running into dolphins, you could have seals, sharks. You also don't know, you know, if having it super loud might attract more things coming to you. So that's why I went with this. Plus two, when you do the rear exit, you have to pull all this out. It's a lot of work, especially on the RXT-X. So I'm not going that route. So I'm doing their upper exhaust. So they'll pull out the main silencer stuff. So this thing will be louder. And this thing was pretty loud stock. But also, just to tell my viewers what's going on too, which anybody owns our RXP X 300, that's all the way from 2012 and up to 2019. And also too, with my viewers that have an RXT-X 300, 2018 and up, man. Woo, it's exciting. So I will be offering an ECU reflash with these. It will be on ambeowulf.com once this video is uploaded. So when you see this, it is live. Now the cool thing with it, the reflash is $500. When you place the order, I'll give you the address of where you're mailing it to get reflash. Now the cool thing I'll be doing with this month of January, with the orders coming in with it, you've kind of all seen past videos, I have a Jet Tribe Light Vest. What I'll be doing is giving away a free Jet Tribe Light Vest to anybody that purchases the ECU reflash. I'll choose a winner out of the whole month who places orders to. I'll have a thing where I just draw a random person out of it. You get to pick the color of the light vest you want. You get to pick the size. So you can't beat that offer. And maybe other future months I'll be doing different offers with it too. So we'll stay tuned to see what's going on with that. But make sure if you're looking at doing it, the ECU reflash gets you up to 80 miles per hour. So think about that when you're wanting to do mods. That's just with the ECU alone will get you up to 80 miles per hour with the reflash. So take a look at that. Also too, I'll have it where you can list your mods when you make a purchase too of what you have done to to your Sea Doo to if there has to be any tweaks with the reflash. So just stay tuned to that, and let's get to this unboxing of what I ordered for the RXP X 300. All right, so here's what's in the box. So this is like their upper exhaust. Has instructions. So we'll put it right here on the RXT-X right now. It's a lot different shape. I mean, the pipe was just kind of L-shaped with the RXT-X 300. The cool thing is you can mount this if you have their Riva Racing aftermarket water box or the factory water box. So that's kind of cool. Let's see what else is in the box. Some padding. I saw this already because I opened it up. Riva sent me a shirt. Let's take a look and see what this shirt looks like. Check out the shirt they sent me. It's cool. So I think they sell these on their website. Take a look at it. I appreciate it. Oh, so this is the front. This is the front, and I appreciate them giving me a free t-shirt. It's pretty cool. Thank you, Riva. Appreciate it. So we'll put the shirt over here. I'll wear that in another video. So let's get on opening up what's all inside here. All right, so got it unboxed, unwrapped. So it comes with a zip tie, the silicone hose clamp, and then what you'll require is blue Loctite. But these things, this is pretty easy. You don't have to go to the dealer or anything to install this. It's step by step, and they show with the old RXT-X and GTX 300. It's not with this one. It's the old body style. But I'll show you guys step by step of what to do. Yeah, they call it a silicone coupler. I consider it a silicone clamp, whatever. But no, it's nice. I think it's made out of aluminum. That's another reason too why I didn't want to go with the rear exit exhaust, is that being in the ocean quite a bit now, I just didn't feel comfortable with that. And just think of like the hole you'd have to cut like right around here. I mean, it's just like, it's kind of awkwardly shaped. That's more like a circular hole, but that's what I was saying with the RXT-X. That's why I didn't do that route. Maybe in the future I'll do it, but for right now it's not on my list of things. So let's get installing this. Also, what I'll do first too is do a startup with this, quick startup of what it sounds like stock with the stock exhaust and what it does with the upper exhaust mod with Riva Racing. So let's get it started up and let you guys hear what it sounds like. Man, it's a wicked machine. So let's go through this step by step. I got my little, like, these are kind of like my basic tools I've always used with the Sea Doos. I kind of keep them in this magnet thing, real quick, easy to grab. But let's go through this first step. So the first thing you're gonna move is bolt the two bolts holding the side panel. So this one is, if you're not aware, it's a torque 30. So let's remove this. And sorry that there's standing water. I washed these. And usually what I do is take some of those towels and kind of drain the water out, but it was like the temperature is really dropping, and I'm pretty positive I'm going riding tomorrow. As long as my new tattoo looks healed up, and I'm going to the ocean sooner than I'm supposed to, but with all those great white sightings, I want to get out there. Actually, if you guys have seen my last video where I talked about what to do when you're on a jet ski with great white sharks, right after uploading that, literally a half an hour later, 2 more great white sharks were pinged off the coast of South Carolina. So there's a lot of sharks out there right now. So we'll move this out and we'll put this piece, we'll put it just right there is fine. Now to get the other side. Let's see, squeeze in there. It's the harder thing when you have a 2-place trailer. You don't have a lot of room. That's straightforward. Just set that right there. Get the other one. Okay, got that. Pull that piece off. All right, what is the next step? The next step is remove the 2 plastic rivets holding the vent cover, the rear grab handle, and remove the vent cover. So I think they're talking about these. See, I think you gotta still remove these 2. Let me get these 2, and then I'll go get this thing I have, specialty tool to pop stuff off. I gotta get those 2 rivets. Okay. All right. So I got my little different tools for moving these off. Let's see what one works the best. Here we go. Pull that one out. Got that piece. Throw it right there. Let's see. Put a little muscle into it. Alright, so we got, okay, got that piece off. Might have to remove, yeah, take this one off in the back. I don't think I've gone that far with the instructions, but let's just get this one off. You know it has to come off. Now some of these ones that have like the they're coated. Those are the ones you want to put back out on the outside. Like this one is an upper one. You want to put that one back to where it was. Don't mismatch those. All right, so we got this piece almost off. Cool. All right, let's get the, there we go. All right, pop that one. I'm just gonna pop. It's hard to get a good angle, good grip. Let's see what we'll get. All right. There we go. Let's move this piece like that. All right, so we got this all off. Awesome, tons of room. Now let's see where we at the next step. So remove the rivets, blah, blah, blah. Locking tabs, corner two boards, by lift. Lift the reservoir out of its mounting location, lay the reservoir to the starboard side to provide better access to exhaust. Remove the bolts, nuts, and washers holding the rear grab. Okay. Alright, this is pretty straightforward. Alright, so there are these tabs. Let's see. There we go. And this will give us a lot more room. Pull this off, and we're gonna stick this. We don't want to spill out, so what I'm just trying to do is pitch this thing. Oh, let's put it. Put it like just like this. There we go, completely out of the way. Gives us a lot more wiggle room. So we got these bolts. Boom, let's see if I got ones. So these look like they're 10 millimeter. Let's see what I got. Extension. So we need to get another, yeah, we got 10 millimeter right here. Just gotta stick it underneath to lock it. Don't use the nut washer. Alright, we'll stick those there. Almost there. All right, got that pulled out. All right, so got those pulled out. This should, boom, it's off. That's pretty crazy. Now there's tons of room in this thing. So we'll stick this piece, stick it just right there is fine. All right, now we got tons of room to work with in here. So this is what we're pulling out. I know one of the steps is cutting this. I'm already gonna cut it. All right, move that out. Okay, now we're freeing up some room. Now I've got to remove a lot of stuff farther back in there. Future mods, I'm probably gonna switch out the intercooler on this. Gonna put an intake on it. I'm gonna at one time switch to an aftermarket water box with Riva, because it's what you kind of do when you have the intake. So let's see what the next step is. All right, so they want you to remove, so you got cut zip tie. Let's see, we're kind of jumping around. Remove the middle nuts, do not drop nuts in the wide, didn't do that. So then disconnect exhaust outlet hose from water box, remove rubber strap around water box. That's figure E. Cut zip tie, I already did that. I'm not sure why they have all this in there, because it doesn't even look like you're coming near that. It kind of jumps. I'm confused why they want you to cut. It says just disconnect, remove water box, remove rubber strap up water box, and then cut zip ties securing it. So it's saying about removing all this, but majority of all this isn't even running near it, because I had the catch can. So that's a little different than when you look at this. They would be going to there. It's going that way. I'm not sure why they want you to remove that. I don't know why they didn't say anything removing the sensor. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the strap on the water box, because I mean, we'll see if I have to remove it later, but it'll just make it easier and be a little bit faster. Take the clamps off easier. You can use an 8mm. It might save me a little bit of time. Just do the rest by hand. It's crazy how this exhaust is just rubber. Alright, so you got that. We're going to reuse that. This underneath. Now the big one is to get down in there. And that is why having a socket, because it's going to be hard with like a screwdriver or whatnot getting in there. So, move that to the side. Let's see how we're gonna do this. Cut this without. It'd be nice if there was some light in here. I got it. Awesome. Don't drop the old zip tie. There we go. Got that out of the way. Now we can jump with. But I think we got to disconnect this. Yeah, because this is reused. That looks a little different than the photo. All right, so let's figure out how we're gonna get this. Give this thing a bit. There we go. All right, so we got that off. Now it looks like this. Clamps on. See, the picture is completely different, so they obviously changed this throughout the years. Now it's kind of figuring how this comes off. Seeing that it's different than, I think it just like rests on top of it. All right. See, this looks like it's all one piece. All right, so we'll move this out of the way. How we getting this off? All right, so it just looks like it's like resting on top of this. All right, there we go. She's loose. It's just sitting on top of it. Easy. Cool. Finally. All right. Don't need that. All right. Intercooler out. Now this thing should just pull straight right out. There we go. That's the only way. Pull the intercooler out. All right. We're out with this thing. Man, that was a pain in the butt. All right. Now we got tons of room. Now, put this coupling on. Let's figure out what end is what. So this goes in. This has to be the way it goes in. Yep. All right, so we're gonna hook this like on here. All right. Hook on one of these. You probably have to loosen them as loose as they can almost get. Yeah, with all this work, I should just replace the intercooler. It's already out. How aggravating. Alright, so we got this on. Let's tighten this sucker down. Alright, so I used the pry bar there to get that lined up just right. It's hard to slip on. You have to pull that bottom little boot off and hook it into that part. And then, so I pretty much got it on. It's in there. I'm just going to do a little snug tightening. You don't want it coming off. I've already kind of tightened it, but I'm just making sure everything is like really snug on there. All right, that's there. Now All right, so it looks like she's on. Make sure it's sealed. You don't want to have water coming in. It looks like it's pretty good on there. It's not going to come off. So we'll pull this out. We don't need a pry bar anymore. All right, so we got this here. Now let's see what our next step is. Well, obviously putting the intercooler back in. Man, that was a lot of fighting to get that on. I think the Loctite would have been if you pull that sensor up. I didn't have to pull the sensor off, so there is no blue Loctite needed. I can't even see where I would be putting it on there. So I have this in the up position. This is similar to what this is. I'm just trying to figure out where the let me grab that zip tie. Here's the zip tie. Little dinky zip tie. Alright, so I'm guessing we wanna. Alright, so we'll just do it like that, and it looks nice and tidy. Alright, so just connecting back up the intercooler. Put that back into place, and I just gotta tighten this down and strap this thing back down. Two of the straps came loose from its stock, so I'm gonna try to get this a little bit more snugger on. Alright, got that one on. Move this. Alright, got one strap on. Alright. Now we have to do the next strap. Where's that at? Push that thing through underneath. Alright, so let's grab this piece. And I think once we hook this in, we can fire it up and hear what it sounds like. More than enough. Well, the crazy thing is, look how much working room is in there now. It's like how it should have came. All right, so we got that in place. Now we'll put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we'll get. Now remember, you gotta have these washers. See, everyone has a wash on it. Some washers look bigger than the rest. So I think it should be 2 big ones, 4 small ones, right? Yep, there we go. All right, so we got the nuts, all the same size. Tie them all down once I get them going. Alright, so we got that in place. I'm gonna snap this sucker back up. Alright, so those, nothing's catching, good. I can finish the rest. Alright, so we got that snapped in. So like I said earlier in the video, you find the one that has here. This was the one for the back. Place. Alright, and then next two would be these two. Alright, so we got those in. So those are the ones that didn't have that, like, I think it's like an anti-corrosive thing. Alright, just take this one. And get a rag, clean up this area. Alright, so we got that piece. Just now you want to do is clear all this stuff out of the way. Let's put it over here and let's start this thing up. It's time to fire up. Grab the key. Alright, so you guys ready? I'm gonna fire this thing up, hear what it sounds like. Man, I'm excited. this is an install video of the Riva Racing Free Flow Exhaust 2018 RXP X 300. Man, this thing had a little sound, because I'll tell you, the RXT-X was like a mouse of how the sound was. This was was louder, and now with the exhaust, I'm telling you, I wouldn't do the straight X out of exhaust. It'd be just way too loud. I mean, this is pretty loud. I can't wait to be on the water ripping this tomorrow. That's what the plan is. The weather's good. So, like what I said in the beginning of the video, the ECU reflashes, they'll be available on ambeowulf.com. So take a look at that. That'll be up. And if tomorrow is the last day of 2018, so I'm planning to get out there riding the last time of the year. 2018, I want to get the last ride in. And if you haven't seen the last video where I talk about all the great white shark activity, there's a very, very strong chance that I'm gonna see a white shark tomorrow. And it's kind of crazy because it's just this little jet ski. And the crazy thing is, like, the yellow attracts sharks. Now, I was talking to my my dad about this last night. He professionally fishes for muskie. That's similar to like a northern pike. He does it for a living. Now, he was telling me when they're surface fishing, he would use a lure that's black, like the bottom of this. So, and with all the seals being spotted here in Myrtle Beach, that's what makes me afraid. Well, I'm afraid of this being so yellow, and I'm afraid of that being so dark. I won't go out in the ocean right now unless it's like sunny out, no like gloomy days or like rainy days. I think it's too quick of or it's too much of a mistaken identity that can happen. So I'm gonna be a little bit more careful riding out there, but I'm not gonna be sitting still. And if you look at my last video too, I put in the description about a video of some people like fishing. I don't know where it was. They were in a boat with a bunch of people, and a white shark came straight up and kept on hitting the bottom of their boat and almost tried flipping it. So I'm just telling you, like I said in the last video, these white sharks are like almost 2,000 pounds. If they went straight up and hit this, it'd probably shatter it in half or would knock me off. And yeah, that wouldn't be good. So to my viewers, you know, check out this O search. They got an app, and then it's actually more accurate when you go on their website. Just go on there and just see when the last tagged shark was pinged in your area before you go riding, just so you're kind of aware of what you're dealing with out there with shark wise. It's better to be safe than sorry. And you saw the last video. I mean, you provoke a shark, they could turn around and bite at you, and especially if you're messing with a shark that's bigger than you. The same thing with alligators. To my viewers, they're into southern climates where you're in the rivers and lakes where there's alligators. You don't want to mess with that stuff either. So yeah, you're new to the channel. I hope you enjoyed this install video. I hope this shows you what to do with installing the free flow exhaust. But it's the end of the video. I'm gonna finish clean up my mess. But man, you can take a look. This is the stock stuff, and it's crazy. This like pipe was part of the exhaust system, but this big giant thing is out. And yeah, so that's the end of the video. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, please hit it. I appreciate it. To my existing subscribers, if you haven't hit the bell notification, that'll get you guys notified when a video is uploaded. It's the end of the video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Be driven to win, and peace out.